Magnesium-rich vegetables, a chat with Diane Pratt-Heavner from the School Nutrition Association, and low-income families are cooking more at home. For February 22nd, 2012, this is Food News Today. Good morning. Food News Today is sponsored by ConAgra Foods, who shares with me the desire to provide the most current, interesting, and unbiased food news. Today, well, it's National Margarita Day, and that makes me very excited. I love margaritas if you don't use the margarita mix. I would actually consider this to be a useful fact. First up, eat your vegetables. No, seriously, eat your vegetables, because a recent international study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, which covered 250,000 people over a 45-year period, found that people who eat lots of magnesium-rich foods, including leafy green vegetables, nuts, and beans, have fewer strokes, specifically ischemic strokes. For every extra 100 milligrams of magnesium a person eats per day, their risk of this type of stroke, the most common kind, typically caused by a blood clot, fell by 9%. Now, the median magnesium intake for Americans in the analysis was 242 milligrams per day. The U.S. recommends that men and women over the age 31 eat between 420 and 320 milligrams, respectively. Although seemingly clear link, researchers still cannot say if it's the magnesium in the food or the other compounds in the fruits, vegetables, and grains that reduces the risk. These foods are also low in sodium, high in potassium, and high in magnesium, a balance that our body desires. Some of my favorite magnesium-rich foods: pumpkin seeds, spinach, Swiss chard, black beans, cashews, soybeans, squash, cherries, oranges, sea veggies, wheat bran, figs, collard greens, to name just a few. Starting early with healthy eating habits is something that is very important for the future health of our nation. Earlier this week, I talked with Diane Pratt-Heavner, the Director of Media Relations at the School Nutrition Association, about the new school nutrition standards, as well as what's currently going on in our schools. So Diane, it's now been a couple of weeks since the First Lady updated the school nutrition guidelines. What are some of the requirements for the new school lunch?
Sure. Starting this coming school year, schools will be required to serve more fruits and vegetables and a greater variety, including dark green vegetables, red and orange vegetables, and legumes once a week. Schools will also have to serve more whole grains and make sure that at least half of all grain products are whole grain rich. Eventually, all grains will have to be whole grain rich.
So I have to ask you the tough question. We have all these great guidelines. We have all these school nutrition professionals upping the menus. Are the kids eating this food?
Oh, sure. You know, as every parent knows, it takes a little bit of encouragement to get a child to try a new healthy food at mealtime. But schools are really working hard to try and get kids excited about healthier choices. They're using chef-inspired recipes and farm-to-school programs, interesting menu items. So they're really trying to mix it up and get them to try, especially those fruits and vegetables.
So if you had to give one piece of advice to parents out there about the new school nutrition regulations, about getting their kids excited about these foods, what would you tell them?
Well, I'd encourage them to visit the cafeteria with their child. See what's being offered in your school. Talk with the cafeteria manager about how they're trying to make kid favorite foods healthy choices. And review the menu with your child too. When you see that there's a new fruit or vegetable being tried on the menu, encourage your child to give it a try and pick it up when they're in the lunch line.
Thanks, Diane. A recent Share Our Strength Cooking Matters survey revealed that more low-income families are eating at home, but having a hard time with making their meals healthy. The report, titled "It's Dinner Time," a report on low-income families' efforts to plan, shop, and cook healthy meals, was released by Share Our Strength's Cooking Matters with the support from the ConAgra Foods Foundation. Some of the key findings include 8 in 10 low-income families cook dinner at home at least 5 times a week. As income decreases, the frequency of eating dinner made at home increases naturally. And while low-income families are largely satisfied with the variety and quality of healthy grocery items available to them, only 30% are satisfied with the price. Therefore, a better understanding of the health benefits of frozen and canned fruits and vegetables could put more healthy options in reach for these low-income families. Cooking at home can benefit just about everyone. After all, you're completely in charge of the ingredients, and you know exactly what you're putting into your food. Do you cook at home? Let me know what's on your food mind and any recommendations that you have that really blend the combination of value and health. And don't forget, log on to foodnewstoday.com anytime. Access our archives, our resources, and you can replay this episode as well as previous ones. Thanks for watching.